If you click on this video, it's not by chance, this is God's will. God says that being a new creature does not mean being stressed. I am the goddess of easy work and light loads. People who say they carry the burden of the Lord don't understand how important the cross's work is for them. Beloved, there is a rest that exists for my sons and daughters that they have yet to experience, even though it is easy for them to get because I am with them and have given them gifts. Take deep breaths. Take a deep breath in and let out my peace and calm. I didn't start the work of the cross to cause stress or put pressure on others that they couldn't easily get rid of. Throw out the faith that is marked by oppression and plotting. Take a deep breath in the peace of my presence. Let the essence of my deep and lasting kindness flow into your spirit. When you were very young, I loved you very much and kept you safe and sound when I was with you. You will always have the grace. Allow me to love you and lead you to the safety of my kindness. The counsel of the uninformed comprises people who have given you important tasks. Love them. Being kind to them is important, but don't follow their lead. You have worked hard to be fair, think carefully, accept virtue, and reject evil, but abiding in the vine does all of these things for you. Feel the freedom of my simple gift of supernatural creation. I tell your load to be let go. I say no to your restrictions, wrong limits, and borders. Instead, I want you to accept my smooth rhythms of grace. There is only one thing you need to do: be loved with the same love I love you. Accept the connection I've given you about being with me. Let go of the clenched fist, which is the stress of false norms and expectations. I'm here. My love for you is the sky above you and the unwavering love below you. From that source comes your peace and the start of a new life. I wrap my arms around you. You are held in the warmth of my love in my arms. Take the miracle I'm offering you. Take hold of the love and grace that are rightly yours, because your life will change in big ways from now on. God tells us today that the spirit of prophecy is the witness of His Son. As Moses said, I will send a prophet to my people like myself. In the same way, when we led the captives back to their homes, gifts were given to men that included the prophet's job. As I spoke to people on Horeb, I am also speaking to people through my spiritual people from the heavenly MD Zion, which is my church, to tell them my truth and show them my love. The Father says, I am here, talk to me because I am talking to you. I talk to you through my words and the words of the prophets, including modern prophets that I have sent to you and the world. They are not criticizing or blaming others for what they say. Genuine prophets who work in my spirit will be filled with my love and power, which will inspire, guide, and comfort. You are not left out or deleted. My authority is coming closer, and my anxiety is going away. Priorities are being made clear right now. If you seek my rule, I will give you everything you need. I will lead you to the land of signs, marvels, and wonders. As you think about the history of my word, the pages of Scripture open up in front of you, showing you a real sign of my kindness that is New Testament style. What you have is the same in heaven as it is on earth, and I choose you to be the one who will follow my word in everything. Do not close your heart, and listen to what I say. Using lies, the enemy tries to discourage you and harden your heart. But I tell you to keep an open mind when you're with me, and you will experience no sadness. When you stay in love, it will never fail, and I am in love. Approach on your own. If you worship me in a real way, I will save you from the trials of the desert and give you all of my goodness, which is yours by right, as I promised. Divine knowledge says it is better to learn by doing than by being told what to do. Today, I call you out of the narrow world of law and into the heart of my word. Spirit is my word. What air is to your body, my word is to your spirit. All outside influences, like religious dogmatism and human teaching, suffocate your inner self, making you desperate for a reviving encounter with my presence to keep you alive and set you free. God says He doesn't want to fill your thoughts with religious nonsense. That only encourages pointless religion, which leads to death. When I teach you under the Spirit, you go from just getting information to receiving it. I urge you to accept the holy gift today. What the impartation does for your spirit is similar to what words do for your mind. Take in the divine awareness that is already inside you. Take on the mind of Christ, because I am inside you, thinking and planning. I am in the process of keeping my word about what will happen in your life soon. As I build up the core of my being inside you, one layer at a time, you will reach a point where only I am left. Then there is cleaning. The Adamic dream starts to fade, and the Christic dream starts to take over. After that, the outward manifestation might happen. Someone who controls their spirit is better than someone who takes over a place. What does that have to do with anything? You can't have external success without having an internal win. If you attack your physical mind today, the spirit that lives inside you will come out and do wonders, move obstacles out of the way, and help you make your breakthrough right away. This is what I am inside of you. This is who you are because I made you inside of me. There is only one majority, me within you and you within me. One spirit. Thoughts that are one. Together, with the unshakable promise that you will never lose even a small part of what I gave up on the cross for you. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and write Amen in comment. As of today, God says, keep going, it's not hard. I understand what you're going through and the stress you're feeling. It's easy to get caught up in complicated thoughts and look for complicated solutions to your problems, but remember that I am a simple Savior. I told you that you would leave with joy and be led with peace. For the job, you don't need a slide rule. Captivity is broken, and freedom from pain and restriction is possible. I'm not ignoring you or leaving you to deal with your problems on your own. I'm here. Start a chat with me. During times of doubt and insecurity, remember that I am your strong base. You can eat from me and follow me as you walk through the desert because I am the food that is always there for you every morning to strengthen, refresh, and lead you. Put one foot in front of the other to keep moving forward. You don't have to ask why or figure out some big goal. These kinds of thoughts show that my mind wants to be in charge instead of giving up control and depending on what I do next. Being under unbearable stress and pain is ending, and peace and happiness are taking its place. Will you be ready for some relief? There I am, and now is the time for you to be freed from all threats from enemies. Today, God says, I see your tears and hear your heart's cry in the night. Less isolation is happening, and answers are starting to show up. Today, the smile of heaven shines over you like the sun rising in the spring. Streams of my joy and delight are filling up every space in your heart to lift you and bring you happiness where sadness and disappointment have been. That's what I am. It is my calling. Have faith today. Don't worry, the plans I have for you are already coming true, even if you can't see my hand. You won't be left out or forgotten. The best, I say, the finest is still to come. Do not give up and give up hope. Things are not looking bad. The promise is neither far away nor hard to get to. Think to yourself, what other outcomes might be possible that would be good? Say out loud when you're desperate, this is where it gets easy. I am not the one who caused the burden or the grief. Anytime something isn't easy or doesn't feel like work, it's not me. That's not what you've always been told, but you want to please your dad, so believe the good news. You had already decided to do the right thing, but now is the time to carry out the perfect plan I have made for you so that your heart can be filled with joy and goodness as my plans come true and the pleasures I have long planned for you come true. Today, God says that having faith means taking risks. Unless you take risks or leave your comfort zone, your faith stays dormant and inactive. Having faith means taking risks. Decided to be a risk taker in my realm today. There will be no hiding your worries, flaws, or problems from you as you face them head on. The rocks are going to move. The valleys will turn into plains, and you'll start on the road of progress in my kingdom. Even a lost traveler won't get off track. Trust me with your trust. Trust the trust one have given you as a gift. Hopelessness will turn into happiness. The weight will lift and your spirit will soar, allowing you to do the amazing. Are you ready? Asks God. The creative force of my hand that made the world and instantly forced the planets to do what I want is inside you. Nations live inside you. You're about to go on a trip that will change your future in ways you can't even imagine. You have the power to do things because you are in me, and I am in you. I have work to do. Believe me. Let me take care of your heart. That you won't be unhappy. Neither being embarrassed nor failing will happen to you. My love lives inside of you. It is what makes me who I am and what you are in me. My love always leads to, wins over, embraces, and gets love in return. Accept my promise and my ability to meet your needs. I'm with you. You will never be alone. Your hopes and beliefs are not just dreams, they are your future, which is about to bloom and give you everything you want. Today, God begs you to let His message fill your whole life and heart, like Nineveh. I want my people to not only leave Babel on earth, but also get rid of Babel inside them. All buildings, structures, and towers that aren't based on my identity and accomplishments are falling. This journey doesn't give the building of self-direction a chance to take the place that I earned in you by giving my life on the cross. Before Nineveh changed his mind, the Nineveh in Jonah had to be talked to. God says He is ready to free you from the dangerous confines of your situation if you are willing to take on the responsibilities I gave you that haven't been finished yet. Now is the time, and the moment has come. The people of Nineveh felt bad after hearing Jonah's sermon, so I asked, are you Jonah in the boat or the water creature? Are you Jonah on the shore or Jonah facing the Tower of Babel, where my words burn like fire and draw many people to my throne? It's not just people I'm moving in, I'm moving to save whole neighborhoods. The nations that have turned away from my name will bow down to my altar once more. My name will go from being a reference to being a measure of rightness on earth. I'm calling you today. I choose you, just like I chose Jonah. What steps should be taken next? In case you can't do it yourself, look for someone who will kindly help you get thrown overboard. By entering my depths, you will become the bridge between life and death, between heaven and hell. You will bring a message of strength and kindness to the lost souls that I love and have given up everything to save. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen and please help me by doing super thanks. Your support means a lot to us. God's message for today: New Year, new wine. You can keep eating the bitter leftovers of past failures, or you can enjoy the rich vintage of my joy that is being offered to you today. By weaving myself into you and reaching out to you, I am freeing you from the false stories spread by the counsels of the uninformed. My life is a booster that lifts your spirits, makes you laugh, and leads you to comfort, healing, and unmatched happiness. Since God calls you a participant, put your hands down and smooth your face. Now is not the time for chaos or acting aggressively. Combat would happen between my slaves if they were from this world, but you live in heaven, where peace and joy flow like the rivers of Shiloh. God says, start the wedding season today. I'd like to invite you to my table right now because I've turned the chaos that people have caused into a best for last vintage just for you. The Father says, I am the God of vintages. It's like each expression of my spirit has its vintage, smell, and taste. Since I have filled your spirit with my spirit, let it breathe and let my energy fill your whole being, fixing everything that is broken. If you eat from yesterday's wrinkled, old wineskin, it will only make your spirit tighten, leaving you with a dry heart and a sad soul. That's not what I think will happen to you. For when Jerusalem was unstable, they said my children were drunk, even though it was only the 3rd hour of the day. It should be known that you are drunk, full of joy, and a celebration of my spirit, which flows through you and draws people in. Have enough faith to know that sobriety in humans is a reflection of divine drunkenness and that divine intoxication lives in the vine I planted in you today. You have looked for answers and looked into mysterious phrases in strange places. But my message to you and my people on earth is that the new time and new wine are here, so get involved. Today, God says, my path is within you. My truth rings true in the deepest parts of your mind. My existence pulses through the 4 chambers of your heart, resonating with the command, holy, holy, holy. My essence and the whole of my world are inside you. My kingdom is not something that you see. It is something that lives inside you and shows you my power, my love, and my greatness. Do not look outside of yourself for what I have placed within you, where I live freely, at the center of your being. The wall that was between your soul and your human spirit is no longer there. The veil has been lifted, and my light now shines through you and into you, changing the world and your life. This is the person I became by dying on the cross for you. You are a new character. You are from a whole new species. You are more than just a person. You are something I bought, and through you, I will be praised. People on earth will know me as El Shaddai, the all-sufficient one, because of you. Take some of my sufficiency today. Stretch out your faith to receive a large amount of my goodness and favor, and then use your faith to bring it into your situation to see the change. The transformation is not just coming, you are the change. You are rebirth itself. You are getting better. You are the source. You are the same as I am, not only to receive and share, but also to give and let go of your own needs and the needs of others. Accept that you are weak. Tell your mind to be open to the divine energy that is already inside you. This represents your coming out and making your case. From today on out, everything will be different. God says that ruling is a present must. In this part of your life, I have called you and given you the power to rule as a king and serve as a servant in my kingdom. You are not a weak, anemic person who is easily hurt by the harsh conditions of a broken world. Just like the winds and water followed me, I have given you the power to tell them what to do. In the same way that my order brings the dead back to life, death will listen to what you say when you say it in my name. You are now moving from having power to having permission. You exist inside of me, and I exist inside of you. When the enemy moves forward, he can't tell the difference between where I end and where I begin. He sees the divine spirit in you because the blood of Calvary paid the price for his redemption. Show that you are in charge. Move forward with the confidence of someone who knows who they are and what they've done to reach the higher levels of the world. Now is the time for you to give. Today, I give you the power to hear my words and echo them in the depths of hell. This will destroy any power or principality that dares to stand in your way. Today is an important day because it shows me who I am inside you and you who I am inside you. Your heart is very important to me. My pain on the cross makes it easier for you to get the rights and full rewards of redemption. You are on the list. You are on the list. You are not less important. God says, I choose you. I choose you, and today I give you the job of traveling the world in my name. I have chosen you to stand in front of me and be perfect. Men see flaws in you when they look at you. Your presence is beautiful on a celestial level. Your sight shows that you look like the celestial darling. Your eyes look like doves, and your feet are beautiful. Take in the beauty of who I am as a person and keep beating your enemies. Today, God tells us to focus on ourselves and our destiny. I am not a faraway God. I'm right next to you. Just turn the page, and I'll be there. If you look at the deep and difficult parts of your life, you will see me looking back at you with love. Show trust. Be brave in your Christ-centered thinking. You are the place where my whole essence and potential live in peace. My truth is inside of you. You are led by my wisdom. The path is clear, and now is the best time for you to learn more about my essence within you, both in terms of desire and action to carry out my good plan. You are going through more than just a human life, being limited and disappointed. You can believe that the limitless one lives in your heart, and in me, all limits are lifted, turning your unattainable wants and dreams into easy-to-achieve manifestations of my promise in your life. These facts don't work on you through your thoughts or reason. The full extent of my power is not a theory to understand. It is a basic state that you come to know as your natural environment as an entitled one in my realm. I'm with you. I have to work. We work together to make heaven come true on earth and destroy every principality and power that is against you. They look like bits of dust. They've been defeated, and you now stand with the praise of your victory in my name. God says that He sets up and gets rid of kings and queens because He is the supreme ruler of the world. People can cast their votes, but I decide the outcome and have set the limits on how much impact each person has. When you lose faith in people and feel like you have no other choices, remember that my rule covers everyone and that your loyalty is in heaven, not on earth. In your mind, the goals, aims, and projects that seem to be in danger are safely under my control. I can control everything, and I'm not worried about how to deal with current events that weaken men's resolve and make them quiet. I am sure that the sky is not falling, the kingdom is coming. This country isn't in trouble, it's just going through a change because, in the end, my power rules over everything. When you're feeling down, remember that I control the hearts of my asters and use them to do what I want. Nothing outside of you can take you away from a state of ease and lightness of load until you let it happen. When things are bad, tell yourself, this is where it gets manageable. Speak out loud and tell the storm what to do, and it will do it. It's a waste of time to waste your energy on pointless activities and meaningless talks. I'm here. I am here to support you in reaching your highest goals and realizing your biggest dreams, no matter what is going on around you. Today, God tells us to learn from His son David. Just like in the days of Ziklag, when it looked like all hope was lost and everything important had been taken from him, he did not give up. He instead found comfort in the Lord. Even though he was going through a lot of pain and was looked down upon by his friends who had also been through a lot, he kept going and found comfort in the Lord. He asked me for help and was reassured that I would give him the next steps to bring divine healing to his life and situations. As a God of healing, I make up for everything the enemy took. David got back his family and everything that had been taken from him and his business, even the extra that the enemy had taken from other people. All that was taken is part of your repayment, along with extra money, because I will make sure the enemy pays back with interest. When bad things happen and you feel hopeless, find comfort in the Lord. Ask me for help with your breakthrough plans, then follow them with all your heart, and you will see the amazing rescue of the Lord. The Father says, now is the time to give back your inheritance and let the spoils go. Today, God says that He hasn't brought you this far just to leave you. I did not show you this way to fail on your tour. I will never leave you or forget about you. During dark times, I will shine my beauty on your way to light it up. The light from my lamp will never go out, it will always be on. Get rid of all the darkness inside you, reject and fight all darkness, and it will leave you. Because of this, give yourself over to me, accept and welcome my light. My goodness and praise should be put on your soul right now, and you should see my saving power and my righteous hand working for you. Show respect for yourself and others. Put yourself below me, and let my divine forgiveness flow from the place inside you where I sit on the throne of your heart. My love and forgiveness spread around the world through you, my sweetheart. People are drawn to what's inside you because you are the soul and light in a dark world. Looking for the thing that's inside you. That's right, you are my share and my body. You are my body and my voice, and I have given you the power to say that I am the way, the truth, and the life. You live by these principles, showing the way to truth and giving a dark and empty world words of life and power. I've called you all together now, my child. Before the video ends, I request you to help me by doing super thanks. Because I don't have house and I have to make my new house. I have to collect $2,000, so please help us. We will be very thankful to you.